Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm gonna answer a question that a few people have asked me personally and a lot have asked generally. That is, why can't the central bank just print enough money for everyone to become rich? But before we proceed, if you are new here, please subscribe and support. This is an educational channel where we talk about a lot of things that are seldom taught at schools and colleges. Let's get back to our video. Every once in a while, many of us say to ourselves, I wish I had a lot of money. And money doesn't appear out of nowhere. The central bank, in our case, the Reserve Bank of India, prints the money for the country. And this is why many people, especially those that have not studied economics as a subject, ask the question, why can't the RBI just print a lot of money to eradicate poverty in India? Since people who have asked this type of questions have less or no exposure to economics and how it works, I'll try to give very simple explanation so that majority of us can understand. Before I answer the question, I want to remind you that if the answer was this simple, every country would have done that and there would be no poor people in this world. It would be a duh moment for all the economists that have ever existed. The one reason why this is not done is hyperinflation. It's a big word, and to understand hyperinflation, I'll have to give you a brief idea about what inflation is. Inflation is defined as a general rise in price level of all goods and services over a period of time. Let's try to understand that. Back in 2003, my pocket money was 1 rupees, enough to buy me one packet of Talmud. Right now, my pocket money is 10 rupees, still enough to buy me one packet of Talmud. If you have noticed, the price of Talmud has increased steadily over the period of 17 years. This applies to all the products in the economy and not just Talmud. Now if you look at the definition, you'll understand it more clearly. General rise in price over a period of time. This reminds me of one meme. Grandpa says, when I was your age, I used to go to the market with 2 rupees and bring home soap, rice, milk, bread, ghee and whatnot. On hearing that, innocent grandson said, nowadays it is difficult. There are a lot of cameras everywhere. Now what is hyperinflation? The only reason why our bank does not print a lot of money. It is the rapid, excessive and out of control general rise in price level in the economy. Now let's understand that as well. There are 5 people in this country, for example. Each of them has 10 rupees each. So with that money, they can afford 1 Talmud packet each. Now let's say the central bank printed a lot of money and gave 1000 rupees to each of them. At this point, even one of them can buy all 5 of the Talmuds, right? So since the production of Talmud was not increased, in order to accommodate all 5 of them in the country, the price of Talmud will automatically increase to 1010 rupees. Now all of them have only enough to buy 1 Talmud each. I understand that I have oversimplified this explanation and there are a lot of technical complexities in it. But this is the whole situation of hyperinflation in a nutshell. Now let's see some real life examples. Many countries have faced hyperinflation in history. Some of the worst cases are of Hungary, Zimbabwe, Yugoslavia, Venezuela, Germany and Greece. In this list, the hyperinflation of Hungary is the worst in history. It happened in 1946 due to World War II. For context, let me show you how severe it was. India's inflation rate for the year 2020 is 6.2%, which is considered a little high and it was because of the pandemic. During the peak of hyperinflation, the inflation rate of Hungary was 13.6 quadrillion percent because the price of a product doubled every 15 hours. But this was in 1946. Let's look at the latest example, Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is still under hyperinflation, but in 2008-9, when its hyperinflation was at its peak, the rate of inflation was 79.6 billion percent. At that time, guess how much one piece of bread cost? 30 billion Zimbabwean dollars. They began printing so much money that they stopped counting them. They just weighed the money in order to buy products. They even stopped caring about the cash and kept all the money outside their shops because their products had more value. The denominations of Zimbabwean dollars increased from $1 to $10,000 to $1 million to $20 billion to $50 billion to $10 trillion to the maximum of $100 trillion. This highest denomination of $100 trillion when converted into US dollars came to around 40 cents. That's how valueless they became as the supply of cash increased. As of February, the inflation rate in Zimbabwe is 321% and I hope they get over it soon. Anyways, that is it guys. If I have to conclude this video in one line, I would say let us hope no central bank pumps in too much cash in the economy if the production has to remain constant. Thanks for joining in and I'll see you in the next video.